PS Vitas. Tis I, Mike Martins, your handheld junkie. And today we're going to take apart a PS Vita. Yes, one was brought into the shop, the game store the other day, and it turns on, it functions, but we have ourselves a little problem. This side, yeah, it doesn't work. So let's take this baby apart. Let's see if we can diagnose what this side's problem is. Everything else works, the touchscreen, everything works, but this side for some reason has a problem. So let's take her apart and let's find out what's wrong. Alright, we're just gonna jump into this. We know it works. We know it turns on. But the O button, the X button works, the O button doesn't work. The start button doesn't work. So there might be water damage on this side. Maybe we take it apart and scrape it up a bit and see if we could get if there's any buildup in there that needs to be scraped apart. And we'll go from there. So let's shut her off. I don't recommend doing this to your PS Vitas unless you know. This could go to the junk. I don't care, right? So I have quite a few of these, and to me, it doesn't matter if this thing ends up in the garbage, but for you, it might mean something, so be careful when taking it apart. I always place a rag so things don't go all roly-poly on me, and they stay in their designated groups. I used to be a transmission, when I was a child, my very young years, I used to rebuild automatic transmissions, and we're really picky when taking apart valve bodies. I got your typical hardware store screw set you could pick up pretty much anywhere. You just got good strong tips on them. So I'm going to start with taking the two screws located at the bottom of this where the charger is. So this is a 1000 series or a 1 series for the PS Vita. The other one has your typical micro USB type. So I'm going to place the screw right there, just so I know it goes to the power. There she goes. She's coming. Your things are in there pretty tight. I'm having a tough time with that one. Let me see if I can get it with this. There we go. This one I bought. Now, I bought this one. I'm going to explain to you why I bought it. Do you know why I bought this? I bought this set because it has one piece. I think it's in here that takes apart the Game Boy. That's it. It's a weird Japanese bizarro hex. It's just a very bizarre hex that is used for the Game Boy to take apart and the games to replace batteries in the games. There's your second screw there. So this way it just doesn't go all roly-poly on you, right? So let's inspect the bottom here. That's that. Nothing there. Now, there's nothing else on the bottom that I see. Well, let's take the top screws off. I know there's got to be screws in the top securing it, so I'm going to guess they're in here. Yes, they are. There's two in here. So I'm taking this apart, guys, as I go along with you guys. I've never taken one of these apart before because there was never a need to, because these things work good all the time. Screw number 2. Screw number 1 of the top there. And I think this is the plug that you put to plug to your TV. I think that's what it's for. I always play handheld. I never play on a television. It's boring. Okay. So that's that. Let's check this puppy here. No screws here. So we've eliminated the two screws right here. See if we get this baby to zoom in properly here. So those two are out. Two bottom are out. Now we're going to have to disassemble the 4 in the back here. And I'm surprised that's all that holds this damn thing together. So let's get in there. This one's pretty tight. Let's see if the screws are all the same. If they're all the same, they could all bunch up together. I don't really care. Oh, it's not magnetic tip, so that it's gonna... They look all the same length. No, see, these are different. The back ones are black. So the back ones are a little bit different. So these ones look like they're... Yeah, these are similar. The top and bottom screws, you could bunch them together. That's fine. They're the exact same length. But the backing screws are completely different. So let's get this puppy open here. Man, this is tight. Hope I don't strip the bolt, because then we're in a lot of trouble, guys, if we strip that bolt. But I think she's coming right now. Here she comes. Come on, baby. This thing's in there big time, eh? Well, the screw is not stripped. It's just... I'm having a hell of a time getting her out. It feels like it's just spinning in there, which you don't want to happen either. That means you're gonna have to rethread it or do some Mickey Mousing to get this thing back together properly. And I hate Mickey Mousing things, believe me. I got a grip on it. I'm feeling a turn. She's not coming. Trying my best here, guys. All right, I'm going to skip that one for now. There we go. This one came out right away. So we got one backing screw that's going to give us a hard time, it looks like. And ironically, it's on the side where it's not working properly. Come on, baby. This one's a tough one, too. Oh, it's coming up, though. It's coming up. This one's coming up. You can see it there. That one there is not cooperating. It's got some dirt in it, too. But that's not affecting it coming out. Come on, baby. Oh, it's so close. Why are these two top screws so... Maybe they don't come out. Maybe they just sit there and spin. I've seen that before. Oop. I gotta power this puppy down before I get shocked. It's not plugged in, though, so... Alright, she's fully powered down. Alright. Let's get back to this screw here. I'm going to try my best here. That's it. I'm going to pause it for a sec. Alright, so it's exactly like I expected. These two up here were spinning. So what I did was I put my finger underneath here. Okay. And I provided a bit of leverage on the screw to kind of... It's hard to explain, but it created a sense of leverage. So I'm going to pull it back and then bring this part down. Because it looks like these buttons up here are fitted in. So I'm going to see if I could push it down like this. Because that's the... Yeah, there it is. That's the way it feels like it's put together. There it comes. So it has to go in a certain way back. So you got this part here that looks like it's connected here. So we know that. There's the battery. So we're going to take the battery out to eliminate burning this damn thing. So you got two screws here for the battery. So I'm going to take this out right now so I don't cause any other or conflict with this system. Because we might be able to get this damn thing to work. So I'm just going to dig into this and see what we could find. Come on, baby, let my fire. Yeah, I like to sing, so like nobody panic. All right, let's put that. So that's your battery crossbar. It's a crossbar for your battery. Okay, so I'm gonna let me put this down. You don't need to see my ugly blinds. There we go. All right, so I'm not handling it higher anymore. It's gonna be down the table now. So I'm just gonna pry this baby up here, and it is put in here. So it is latched in there. So oops, I don't want to break that. I don't want to lose this system either. It's a nice system to have. You guys know, right? Does this baby pop off like this? I'm trying to see right here. If this baby here, get the camera right there. Does she pull out or does she plug in? And that's the battery. Maybe we don't have to go that, maybe we don't have to take that off. I'm just going to leave it to beaver here. I'm going to leave that like that. So the side that's not working is this side. The start button, this, and I think the X and the O is working, but the X isn't. So right here, right off the bat, there's juice right there. That's juice. And that little thing right there, milk or some sorts. You could see that as clear as day. Let me get the camera to cooperate here. There it goes. So you got massive corrosion here. You got massive corrosion here, big time. Like not corrosion, but all right. Let's get my micro. All right, so this is our. This one's a bit sharper. Let's see if we could clean this puppy up. Put it back together. 2 screws, 1 and 2. Just like so. Something's holding it. Feels like it's, oh shoot, it's this here. And I don't want to break that contact. I just want to get in there to clean the damn thing. Okay, I'm going to remove this bridge. She could come up in some way or sorts. Mind you guys, I've never taken one of these apart. And this is the area that we're experiencing a bit of conflict with. So, oh, perfect. It just popped right out nice and nice. Oh, perfect. It's a folding wire here, so it folds underneath, okay? Pay attention. Okay. Oh, perfect. Perfect. We could access this without breaking any of these contacts. There's another contact here for that flipper, so I'm not touching that. It doesn't look bad at all. So why are these refusing to work? It does look like it was wet at one point. I'm not seeing anything burnt. And the start button doesn't work. I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary here, guys. There's the start select button, or the select start button, sorry. There's your main buttons there, nice and bouncy. This works. The actual like joystick works. It's this. So what are we looking for here? There's no buildup of corrosion. I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary here, guys, whatsoever. So I'm gonna clean this here. Man. Put some maybe rubbing alcohol, clean that contact a bit. And in here, definitely you could tell something was spilled on it. But the board isn't burnt. All right, let me get some solution or something for this thing. All right, I got some rubbing alcohol. I got some Q-tips. I'm going to try to I guess, unstick. Do not do what I'm doing, guys, at home. Do not do what I'm doing. This is just kind of an experiment. Do not copy what I'm doing here. So, because your results might come out differently. So that's what the inside looks like when you take her apart. The camera's right here, by the way. Look at that. But I think it requires, after maybe I take 5 or 6 of them apart, I'll actually do a, hey, let's fix your PS Vita. But until then, I'm going to get a few more of them, so along the way, and most likely some of them might not be working properly, hence why they're giving them away or selling them. So we got quite a bit of rubbish here. Ooh, it smells strong. We're going to get in here real good. I'm going to get in here real good with the Q-tip, and I'm going to work it. Wow, it is dirty. So something definitely made its way in here. I'm not sure what it was. Let me blow it off. So, sorry about the sound there. So I want to get this board really good here, and the start button wasn't working, ironically. I had a Game Boy once where the start button never worked. I was so mad. I had to find games that didn't require to press start or just required A or B, right? So let me get in here. Just like so. Man, this smells strong. I'm gonna rub that down a bit. Alright, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of a whirl here. These are the contacts that are not working. I'm going to blow it off. Hopefully the alcohol could create some sort of a reconnect or something. I don't know. I'm hoping for a miracle here. You know, sometimes all it needs is a nice blow. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, guys, you use this properly adjust your, I like to pour it like that and use it. Adjust your finger there properly, or get somebody that knows those things well, because you will get into trouble. So I'm gonna, I'm just gonna, I don't care. I'm gonna get it in there. It's a lot better than what's in here originally. So. Yeah, it's juice or something, but can't really make it out. Flipper's nice and free. Flipper was sticking earlier, so I'm not going to lie. There was definitely something wrong with the flipper. Alright. I guess there's not much more I could do. I'm going to clean this, actually. I know this is not the problem whatsoever, but I'm going to clean it anyway. It might stretch the plastic a bit, the rubbing alcohol, or the rubber. It usually does, so you got to be careful with stretching this stuff, eh? Because it's not going to look the same, and it might warp it. So do not do what I'm doing, people. I just took this apart because I want to show you guys how to kind of show you guys the inside of a PS Vita. I've never seen it, so I wanted to share this with you guys. All right. Oh, man, I hope this works. Sometimes that's all it takes, right? Does the X go on the... No, triangle goes up. If I'm not mistaken. Well, if I'm not, who cares? I don't even look at the buttons anyway when I play. I just tap them and see what they do and just memorize that and go ahead. Alright, let's do this. So I'm going to put this puppy back. Oh man, did I stretch the rubber already with the rubbing alcohol? I didn't put that much. Quite a few people come into the shop asking for a PS Vita. And sometimes I got them in stock and sometimes I don't. And then when I don't have them in stock, it's because they're like this. They're broken or they need some sort of an attention. Does that go in there? I can't remember. Probably, yeah, it does. There's no screw going in there. All right. So this puppy should be okay. Should be lined up. Yeah, you got to be really careful that that sits on the on that panel there. Yeah, I'm having a kind of a tough time. You could tell from this side if it's sitting flush. It is. So right now you could tell the buttons are all in. They're all sitting flush. Then you could hammer this thing down basically into place. So I'm going to put the start button back. So I'm going to throw the start button back in here and the pause button or select button. So it's facing up. So writing should go up. So hopefully, I mean, we know what's wrong with it, so it doesn't really need a real diagnostic with the multimeter and crap like that. But I'm just trying to see on this side here if if this thing is set right. Yeah, it looks like it's set right, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, there we go. It just fell into place. There it goes. Let me see if the buttons are flush. Nope, those two aren't. Yeah, okay, I think when you screw it down, it kind of goes into place. Let's see if we get the buttons to... Let me do a better examination of this little section here, guys. One sec. Ooh, it's being tough to open now. And oops, I just threw something out. I have no idea what this was for. It's not for the flipper. It's not for this flipper. So we're going to put this piece. This happens a lot, guys. When you take this stuff apart. Oh, I see what happened. This thing came out. So this piece came out. There we go. It's back in. It's back in. I don't know how this thing goes in. Oh, no. I didn't see it fly out. I know it belongs here, though. Okay, it might cover. It might be a cover. I got it. I got it, guys. I think I know what this is. This cover here goes on here. So if you notice it flying off, yeah, I don't think you even need this in there, to be honest. I'm going to keep this PS Vita for myself anyway. I don't really care to sell it, so... Yeah, it went flying from this, but I managed to get this back on. It pops on, and it's nice and tight. I think it's just like that when you take it apart, so... You know, there's... I don't know. It's pretty dirty, this flipper, still, after rubbing it down with some alcohol. Oh, Christ. I really didn't want that to fall out. Okay, it's back in. Ah! I get it, guys. It's my flipper. I noticed on this one. It's the flipper thingy. Here, let me try and zoom this in properly. It goes right here. Okay, that's why the flipper fell out. And maybe it's telling me, hey, take me out and clean me. Do it properly. Okay, now that we know where that goes, I'm not too worried about that right now. There's just an extra piece of like yeah, it looks like it's in, man. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead with this. I feel confident with this. Let me just blow this in here. Watch another piece go flying out here. That's okay. Like I said, I ain't gonna lose sleep over this PS Vita. Alright, let me just wipe this down properly. So the guy came into my store. He's like, "Yeah, man, I got this Vita. It works good. I don't have a charger though." So I didn't have a PS Vita at the PS Vita charger, an older charger at the store. So I took it home. I took his word, and it didn't work. I told him. He's well, he's not upset. He's just kind of mad that he got, I guess, played by somebody else, right? And it happens. It's just part of doing business in the gaming world. Alright, so I'm going to put this baby back in right here. Man, don't do this to me. I'm just trying to copy the way that one has it there. Okay, we're going to put that on last. Why? Because it's pressing down. I'll show you guys. It's pressing down on this board here. And that's just unplugged again. This right here. You gotta be really careful when you're playing with this damn thing. Alright, let's plug this one back in without breaking any pins on it. Nice and easy here. Oh man, it's not finding its... Okay, I'm gonna do that in a sec. This is gonna give me more leeway to hold it properly now. And hopefully I could plug this thing right here back into there without any... It's just so micro. Okay, this is in place. Everything's lined up with the holes. This is in place. Everything's lined up with the holes. Okay. I think she's ready to... It's this part here isn't giving me the... Okay, I see there. It's working now. You got a few of these little poles that stick up through. There we go. Oh, yeah. That just fell right into place. See these little poles here, 1, 2, and 3? They're going to get themselves... They line themselves up. Buttons are popping out. And they all feel right. Make sure the buttons feel right, okay, guys? When you put this thing back together. All right. So what do we got to put back here? We got this shielding to put back. So the shielding, if I recall, went this way. Or was it? It's got Japanese writing on it. Okay, it goes this way. Just like that, okay, guys? You don't want to reef this thing on. Do not reef this thing on, people. The second you reef these bolts on, you could kiss the system goodbye. All right, so let's get the 2 screws, the 2 micro screws that were in there, which is right here on my rag. So it didn't go roly-poly on me. So we're going to put number 1 and number 2 back. Damn it. I wish I had a magnetic screwdriver and just pop this in real quick. But you got to kind of... There we go. Let me get one in at least. No! You're not supposed to be magnetic. Oh, man. Come on. There we go. There we go. There she goes. And the other one's already lined in there, so I'm not too worried. This is the key to keep this thing together, is this piece right here. Alright, I don't want to reef it. I just want it tight. Joystick. Buttons feel nice and firm. Alright, let's put the paddle back together. So the paddle just sits in there like this, from what I've noticed. I'm copying the other one, so all I'm doing is copying the other paddle. So the R would go on the inside like this. Damn it, you. Damn it, you. All right. All right. And then, yeah, this is going to be a tough one. So I'm going to have to put this down. Tilt the camera down. All right. Lay this like this. I'm going to have to put the panel back in like so. So this is the right side. So I'm going to put the panel back in just like so. And I will... How did that go? Okay, so it goes down this way. So it hinges on 2 pins here. There's 2 pins, 1 and 2. You can't miss them. They're clear as day. And your job is to line this up without dropping that paddle. There we go. We got it. We got ya. Oops. Is it backwards? It looks like it is. It's got to go this way in the inside. There she goes. And she sits in nice and tight. Look at that. All right. What do we got left? We got this thing to put back. We got that put in. Buttons feel great. So let's get this puppy here to... Oh, it went back in like a dream. Batteries in. So let's put back our cross member. Remember our cross member we took out? Because I thought we're going to have to take the battery out. And the cross member sits in just like that. Come on, baby. I hope this thing actually works. I really hope this thing works. Wouldn't mind an extra older PS Vita. Vitas are becoming harder and harder to find, so put this. It is magnetic. Wow, I didn't know this thing was magnetic. It said non-magnetic when I bought it. It probably sat on a magnet somewhere and I didn't even notice it. So I'm going to try and... This is really tough to do and hold the thing at the same time. Let me try. Yeah. I don't want to lay it down because it's going to pop up those wires from the battery again and the other one for the screen. So I'm just going to do it this. Okay, so let's do it like this then. Let me just pop these. Sorry guys, I'm taking so long to do this. Should have taken me a lot faster, but it's my first time and I really don't want to break anything. So you want to take your time with this stuff. There's no rush to go through this. Unless you're scrapping it for parts. If you're scrapping the thing for parts, then yeah, okay, it's fine. Go ahead. So the 2 silver screws that go in there. Don't get them confused with the ones that we used, that we took off for the top and the bottom on the sides, please, because it looks like it has a different head on top. So just make sure you put it back so it's all collaborating together nicely. And the last thing you want is a loose screw somewhere. Okay, that's in. There, I lost my bit. That's okay. All right. Make sure these 2 are in. Pow, pow. All right. So now it's the challenge to line this part up here. See here? You got to line those up. And then you got to push down and then put the tabs in. These tabs. Because it goes in so bizarre weird. So you see how I'm lining it up there at the bottom? Just like so. Oh, it just sat right in place. Now, I'm going to have to pull it down. There it goes. And it pops right back into place. Wow. Just like so. Oh, wow. That was, guys. That just went right back like it just, like it just, that's the way, you know, it assembled in the manufacturer, how it was manufactured. So let's put a few screws in, guys. Let's put the 2 bottom ones in here. Actually, let's just put it all back together and see if the button works. If not, I could order that one little board in. It looks like everything plugs to it. So there's no soldering. It looks like there's no soldering, but I don't want to say I don't want to confirm that because I don't know, right? Let's put this guy back like this. So I get a lot of these from time to time, and then sometimes I hit a dry season where nobody drops these off. So 2 silver screws go on the bottom. There's your jack there for your headphones. Standard jack, which is good, universal. All right, let's put the 2 screws back up in here. Hold those into place. Oh, almost lost my phone, guys. Sorry. So... hold on. Nope, nothing there. There's 2. It's not that one. I know it's not that one. It's this one here. There's a lot of plugins for this thing, and I'm not too sure what they all do. There's stuff all over the place for this thing. It wanted to be ahead of its time, which it was, and the system was severely short-lived. I was very disappointed when they just didn't put the effort in that they should have. Very disappointed, guys, when the Vita didn't... I don't know. I just expected more from it. It was a very expensive system. I spent a lot of money on it. Sorry, that doesn't belong. Those don't belong. It's the silver ones here. That's why. Yeah, I screwed that up, guys. See that? I screwed that up myself. The black ones go on the casing. But yeah, no, guys. I'm really disappointed with the Vita. I really expected more from the Vita. The system's way ahead of its time. It's got fantastic graphics. It's clean. It's the frame rate's really good. It's more portable than the Switch. It's just so much there's so much to offer, but I don't know why the Vita, like, all they had to do was manufacture games. The Vita was there. They didn't have to do any, sorry, wrong hole. You know, they didn't have to do anything else, guys. I'm telling you, sorry, I got the camera pointed away there. They didn't have to do anything else with that system. All they had to do, like I said, was just make games for it. That's all they had to do. They didn't have to do any upgrades. They didn't have to come out with another system, which they did. Kind of wish they didn't, because then they could have focused more on getting contracts with games and... All right. That's that. That's that. That's all closed up. Well, let's see if she even turns on. Well, let me put one backing screw on just so that, especially the backing screw on this side, where these buttons are. So let me put one backing screw over here, because that's where the problem was. And if I could crunch this down real nice and tight. There you go. You know when it starts stripping, it's you could stop, right? This thing's got a back sensor on it. The back sensor here for tapping. Okay, just like so. I lost one of the backing screws. It fell out when I paused the video there to try to figure out. All right, I'm gonna put it. It's gonna require more at the bottom here, so it's more important up here at the top. Sorry, by the flipper. There we go. So this feels okay. Everything feels normal. All right, first let's see if she turns on. Come on, baby, turn on. I must have did something wrong. That's why I don't recommend to take these things apart. Something was left unplugged. Something wasn't. I put all the parts back. The batteries, there's no way the battery's dead. I put the cross member back on the battery. Yeah, so that's a fail, guys. Well, the start and select work fine. Well, that's a fail, guys. That's why I don't recommend anybody to take these things apart. Unless you, like this. Now I know how to take this apart now. Now the next thing is start diagnosing what the parts do and going from there. Obviously, you know what the jacks do and the screen and all that stuff. But this is a fail on my part, guys. Unless the battery died? Nah. There's no way the battery would have died. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to scrap it down. I'm going to take it apart, like rip it apart one day. I'll make another follow-up video. And I'm just going to rip this damn thing apart. And you can see everything in this thing. Where it goes and what it does. But it's very disappointing. I probably pulled on the wire too hard for the battery connector piece that connected to the motherboard there. I think that's what it is, because it's not getting power now. I bet you if I plug this in directly, it might work, but I'm not going to take that chance, because I'm not going to play games with this. You get it? I'm not going to play games. Anyways, that's that. Guys, continue watching my channel. We're going to tear this puppy apart next week. I'm going to rip this piano black. This is PSP piano, black piano key 3000. And it's burnt right here. See right here? And what happened was the battery here. Battery melted and the acid went inside and it melted the screen right here. If you look on that angle, you can see that. So next week, I'll be taking this apart for no reason and just friggin' go through it and scrap it for parts, for extra parts. All right, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And PS Vita, if you got any comments you want to throw down below, if you noticed I made a mistake somewhere, please let me know. I would love to know, because it was working, eh? It was working before, but now the damn thing won't turn on. I could give it maybe, yeah, these all work. Everything feels good. But I think I did something with that wire. I know I did. I know that's my problem. But it's okay. It is what it is. I didn't pay much for it anyway. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching.